Is clean beauty really even worth it? I have 5 big questions today for all the clean beauty skeptics and all the clean beauty enthusiasts today. So if you've been wondering if clean beauty is worth the investment, then stay tuned. Is it all just marketing, or is there such a thing as clean beauty? Number one. Is there even a definition to define what clean beauty is and what standards they're holding things to? What about the science? Is it biased? Is it accurate? Or is it cherry-picked? Is the clean beauty movement pushing a fear-based agenda? And do you have to be a perfectionist in order to love clean beauty? These questions are totally valid and they deserve some thoughtful answers. Hi everyone, my name is Casey and I help real-life moms leverage their love of wellness into a purpose-filled life and business without sacrificing time or sanity. I think the biggest question and the biggest source of confusion and upset for people around clean beauty is that there's no definition for it. Each company or each consumer can claim to be a clean beauty brand or a clean beauty enthusiast, but they're creating their own guidelines for that. It is absolutely not a regulated term, as well as natural and non-toxic and many other terms that are used in the clean beauty world. They're just not regulated, so everybody's using their own definition, and that's what creates a lot of confusion. In reality, if you want to find a clean beauty brand, you need to find out what your values are, and you need to do quite a bit of ingredient research, or find a company that you really feel is transparent and honest and you feel aligned with and are looking out for the same values that you hold dear to your heart. For me personally, I want to find a company or support companies that are taking the approach of, if there's not science out there that shows that it's safe to use on a daily basis with constant exposure to your skin, then let's steer away from that product or steer away from that ingredient and only use ingredients that are proven safe. So proven safe ingredients, eco-conscious packaging and production, heavy metal testing, vegan, cruelty-free, these are all values that I find important. So that's how I personally define the clean beauty industry, and I find companies that align with those values. There is no definition for clean beauty, and there's no right or wrong there. So you find out what your values are and then you choose accordingly. But just because a company claims that they are a clean beauty brand does not make it so. The non-toxic label bugs me out the most because I've seen so many brands that claim to be non-toxic and then they're using ingredients that I don't feel are non-toxic at all, like undisclosed fragrance, phenoxyethanol, grapefruit seed extract, Japanese honeysuckle, all of these things that have a ton of health concerns documented in science. And the fact that they're claiming them as non-toxic just kind of blows me away. So that is my personal opinion, and that is an opinion that you have to create on your own as well to define what clean beauty means for you. The marketing of so-called clean beauty products drives me absolutely bananas. I have scoured the market, and what I see a lot of are kind of 4 different categories of products that are on the shelves today. Number one, there's products that perform wonderfully. They wear really well, they have beautiful pigments, they last all day, but they're on totally toxic ingredient lists. And so that is one category. The other category that I've personally spent a lot of money on and been really disappointed by are the actual clean ingredients. Like, there's nothing bad in these. They're usually just oils and natural pigments that are tested. It's a really clean product, but a lot of those products, they don't really work at all. You'll put them on and in a couple hours they have completely melted off and it doesn't even look like you're wearing makeup at all. So frustrating. And then the third category, that is the one that really grinds my gears and like makes me so upset, are these products that are marketed as clean. You'll recognize them because they often have like a beautiful white bottle with a green leaf on it, and they say free of parabens or free of something else, or now with vitamin E. They're greenwashed products. So they're marketed as safe and they're marketed as clean ingredients, and they are really not. They focus on one thing over here, but they are sitting on top of crappy preservative systems or fragrances that are undisclosed, all kinds of harmful ingredients, and they're often sold at a premium, so they're more expensive. And a lot of people out there who are wanting to do good, they're wanting to invest in clean beauty, they want to make the world a better place and give a safer product for their self, they're investing even more money into these products that are greenwashed. That's the term for marketing a product as safer than it actually is. So those are the three categories. Toxic, perform well; non-toxic, does not perform well; and greenwashed. That fourth category that is almost missing in the market nowadays are the products that actually have clean ingredients and work. And for a long time, I've spent so much money trying different makeup brands, I thought it didn't exist. Well, thankfully now there are some brands that are coming out that fill in that fourth category that we were missing so much. So the question of, is it all just marketing, this clean beauty movement? I gotta kind of answer that in a lot of cases, yes, that is the case. Most of those products that are on the shelves, if you go to Sephora, their clean line, or if you go to Target in their natural section, a lot of those brands are greenwashed. But thankfully, there are more companies that are completely transparent in their ingredient disclosures, and they are making products that actually work. So as of right now, yes, it's mostly marketing, but yes, also you can find some products that do work and that are worth the money, that are not just all marketing. What about the science? Is it biased? Well, I think that, number one, I am not a scientist, but there is a plethora of information out there that links certain ingredients to harmful health effects. We're talking about hormone disruption, endocrine disruption, cancers, eczema, allergens, irritants. There's a lot of concerns with a lot of ingredients that are used in everyday in products. For example, if the science is not there, then why does the European Union ban over 1,300 unique chemicals in their personal care products, whereas we only ban 11 here? Do you think that they're just picking those out of thin air, and don't have any reason to actually ban those? Or is it a better practice when we're applying something to our skin every single day? Like on average, women apply over 12 products to their face every single day. So even if it's a small amount, that continued exposure definitely builds up. But we have these organizations out there like EWG, who we rely on a lot in the clean beauty movement, to do the science and to do the studies and to look into these ingredients to see if they're safe or not. Now, that organization, although we rely on them a lot in the clean beauty movement, is totally biased, and I don't trust them like pretty much at all anymore. Did you know that those EWG certified companies or products pay $14,000 a month to certify one product? And when EWG went through and changed their ratings and rated certain ingredients at a higher level of more toxicity or more concern, they didn't change the ratings for the EWG certified products. I just kind of lost faith in EWG with that, and that's where a lot of clean beauty skeptics point to when they're looking at science that is biased or cherry-picked. So yeah, there is a lot of science out there that is biased or that is cherry-picked, that's creating concern with certain ingredients, but also the science that proves that these products are safe isn't there at all. Almost every product that is on the shelf today is not tested for safety, and that's just a fact. If it's tested for safety, it's tested by the company that is selling you that product. Conflict of interest. So is the science biased? I think a lot of it is, yes. But is there science to prove that these products are safe in the daily exposure that we're introducing them to our skin? No, it's not there either. What about fear mongering? Is the clean beauty movement just fear-based and making everyone afraid of all of the toxins in our world and saying that everything is going to cause cancer in our life. I have so many feelings on this because I think that our mindset is so pivotal in our life. And if we are fear-based and choosing clean beauty products out of fear that everything around us is going to cause cancer, and there are toxins in our carpet, and there's toxins in our homes and our products and our food and our water, then that is creating more toxicity in our body by creating stress that it's not worth the cost. Now, I'm a huge personal advocate for toxin-free living and clean beauty, but I do it from a place of finding more alignment with life and also changing the industry. Every dollar that we spend is a vote for the world that we want to live in. So when we're choosing to support and invest in clean beauty, we are investing in companies that are making ingredients more transparent. They're being more thoughtful about the products that they put into the world and testing them for safety first before they include them in an ingredient list. A lot of clean beauty companies are also thinking very thoughtfully about the packaging they use and the impact on the environment. When you are approaching clean beauty from this angle, not from fear, but creating a better opportunity for our next generation, for ourselves, for the health of the society at large, and for the environmental impact, I think that it can be a really powerful choice, and it can have a huge, huge shift in the consumer culture. So I think that if it is creating more fear for you, clean beauty, then step back a little bit and don't create that stress and that toxicity in your body by being fearful of it. Be knowledgeable, be informed, be aware, and know that we are not at all perfect, and so we're going to have to make some concessions somewhere. And if clean beauty is the space that's causing you more toxicity in being fearful of it, then let that go and choose products because they feel more aligned with your values. And the last big question or big beef that a lot of people have with the clean beauty movement is this need to be a perfectionist. There are a lot of enthusiasts out there that have so much wonderful ingredient knowledge in their head, but they are so adamant about always 100% avoiding every single ingredient that even has the tiniest bit of concern with it. Now, I will be honest with you and totally transparent here. I'm one of those people. Like, I like to avoid any sort of ingredient. I just like to remove them from my home because I feel more aligned with the products that are proven safe and that are really kind of moving this movement forward. So I naturally, or I personally choose those type of brands and those type of products. But I know that that is not the only way to be a clean beauty enthusiast, and that it's a journey for everyone. A lot of people are starting from a point where they are using secret deodorant and MAC makeup and all kinds of just the most toxic kind of, they're just on the conventional end of the spectrum. And from getting to the most conventional end to the cleanest end is a journey, and that's only if people want to make it all the way there. There's a lot of people who it's just not the priority for them in life right now, and I honor and respect that as well. So pushing a perfectionist agenda does nobody any good. Cutting out one or two ingredients or one or two products that have concerning toxins in them is a huge step, and maybe that's all you want to do. Well, that's totally fine, and claiming that in order to be a clean beauty enthusiast, you have to be 100% perfect and avoid all ingredients that even have the slightest bit of concern with them, it hurts the whole movement. Perfectionism be damned. Away with that. Just to recap for everyone, there is no definition for clean beauty. There's no technical definition for natural or non-toxic, and those terms are not regulated. So really, clean beauty is whatever you want it to mean to you. when it comes to marketing, there's so many greenwashed clean beauty brands out there that it's really hard to decipher. So just because a brand claims that they are in the clean beauty space, most often than not, right now, does not mean it's so. But I think there are a lot of brands who are on the way, who are coming up, who are actually very transparent and clean and valuable products to invest in. There's just really not enough science out there to show that all of the 80,000 unique chemicals that we use on a day-to-day basis are safe in the frequency that we're using them. There is a lot more science that is coming out now that is showing there are concerns with a lot of these ingredients that we are using on a day-to-day basis. And so it's really hard to decipher, and there is a lot of biased science out there, but there's a lot of science that shows like, hey, this is a big concern and there's not enough science to show that it's safe. So being aware of that and making that decision for yourself is really important. And it's a tricky question to answer. It's not all fear-based. Absolutely, there's a lot of concerns with the ingredients that are in conventional products these days. But if it's creating more stress and toxicity for you by being afraid of every chemical and toxin in your environment, then it's not worth it to focus on that. And you need to get to a place where you're approaching clean beauty from getting in more alignment with it, so that it is a fun process that makes you feel healthier, more vibrant, and full of life. And perfectionism is absolutely not required. I hope you got value from some of these questions and they really got you thinking about what clean beauty means to you and if it's worth it. Like I mentioned in the beginning, I help real-life moms leverage their love of wellness to create a purpose-filled life and business. And one of the holdups or the holdbacks in that is having enough time to juggle life, business, health, and motherhood. Oh my goodness, can you relate? So I created a resource for you like I do on every episode. It is over on my blog and it's a Time Hack Toolkit. It gives you all the tools that you need to integrate health, wellness, motherhood, life, and business into your 24 hours a day. If you pop over to my blog, I've got a big teal button right below this video and I will send that straight over to your email inbox. Question of the week: what does clean beauty mean to you and what are the standards and non-negotiables in your definition of it? Love having this conversation with you and talking about this big topic. I hope you got value as well, and I hope to see you back on next week's episode.